This was the biggest ever pure political gig in history to free Nelson Mandela. It was shown all over the world. Everyone was jumping, everyone was dancing, everyone was singing. I wasn't there. Nope, I wasn't there. That's not me. That's not me. Definitely not me. 2 years later, at the age of 72, he was free. I just remember sitting in Streatham, watching the television endlessly. I realized that Nelson Mandela was maybe one of the greatest people who might have ever lived.
That is the man who the world has been waiting to see.
Now, 3 years ago, I ran 43 marathons, which seemed to capture people's imaginations far more than I expected. It suddenly hit me that seeing as I knew how to run, why don't I run in South Africa? I can run now, I know I can, so I'll run 27 marathons in 27 days as a tribute to Nelson Mandela's 27 years in prison. I'm gonna run in Nelson Mandela's footsteps, where he was born, where he grew up, where he went to prison, and where he was released into freedom. He was in prison 27 years, I run 27 marathons. I am definitely cute. Hey, everyone, hey! It's a pathetic gift if you think about it, because it's 27 days of running, and he was in prison for 9,000 days.
This is exactly where he first saw democracy being practiced.
Marathons? I've done 43. What could possibly go wrong?
He's really crazy, this guy.
Bugger. That was the roughest marathon I've ever done. People call me bonkers. I don't think this is an attractive angle, but it's good bonkers. Fuck off. I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for existing to Nelson Mandela. Bye. After 2 years of planning, I'm finally here in Johannesburg. Sunrise and the clouds are moving remarkably fast. I've got a crack team together. Fixer, trainer, manager, paramedic. They're not on crack, but they are very good. And my first appointment is with this guy, David Thunder. Yes, that is his real name, David.
At the end of every marathon, if you can get into this position and get your heels as flat as possible, that means you're going to be in reasonable shape the next day.
That's not my leg.
How much training have you actually done?
I did 4 half marathons and 1 3/4 marathon over the last 2 weeks. The great line that this endurance runner told me, it's 90% mental and the other 10% is in your head. So I now think it's all this. If this says I'm going to do 27, then this will do it.
Exactly.
Many African runners learn to run barefoot, and since I'm here, I wanted to do the same, or at least barefoot technique with very thin soles. Everybody thinks it's a crazy idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm sneaking off from training to try and catch a bit of the local football game. It's the Orlando Pirates, and they're playing at their stadium in Soweto, the Black Township. Look at this guy's hat. He's crazy. I feel like I shouldn't be here. Look, field access. Never had that before, so I feel like a school child who's allowed in. I could have played football. Instead, I'm simply a sports fan. And I'm very good at clapping. There you go. Normally I shout, Palace! Back in Crystal Palace, Palace. So you go, Palace! Come on, Palace! And you don't do it in your own voice. You have to do it in a voice like that. So I was going, come on, Pirates! Pirates! Everyone's dancing, dressed up, cutting their tongues, slitting their throats. I don't know how you cut your head off with a gun. And transvestism to boot. But it's half-time, I've got a flag in my hand, so bugger it, I'm going to run around the pitch. I hope I don't get arrested. If I do, I'll just say, it wasn't me, Gov. And I have to go because Mandela's story is calling me, and I'm supposed to be telling you all about it. Yeesh. All this is Soweto, and it's about 5 million people. Now, Soweto's part of Johannesburg. Johannesburg, separate to Soweto, is about 3.5 million people. Soweto is bigger than Johannesburg. The house of Nelson Mandela before he went to prison back in 1962, the year I was born. It's just over there. These cooling towers are interesting because they are a power station for Johannesburg, for white Johannesburg in the old days, 20 years ago. None of the power from that came to Soweto. Now you can hear in the distance, you hear that noise? I think Soweto Pirates have scored. Have the Pirates scored? 2-1. It's healthy, no one's dying, which I think is the essence of what sport is all about. This is their winter in South Africa, and it's like a really good summer in England. Well done on your winter. The fact that your winter is better than our summer, because I had this theory that maybe the Northern Europeans did all this empire shit, which has obviously affected you, because we were freezing and we said, come on, let's do something. Let's take this country and that country. Oh, they're nice, these countries. You know, that kind of thing. At the pre-operations briefing, here is Rick, Chief Fixer. And his trusty assistant, Owen.
Okay, can everybody listen up? Shall we quickly talk about what we're doing tomorrow?
Okay.
Which is going to be Route 1. Okay, as you know, we're in the Eastern Cape. We're going to be going from there, and you'll be running over those mountains as such. Our first run is about an hour and a half's drive, and that will be at Mvezo.
And how rough is this?
It's rough, hard rough.
Whoa. Whoa there, Ginger. Remove dentures and hearing aids. Are they serious?
Baptism by fire, because we're starting off in the most remote area. There's no cell phone contact. It's in the middle of nowhere, and that's where the story starts. It was remote. It was tough.
Last time, whenever I got to hills and tougher stuff, I was already kind of up to speed. Here I'm starting in the deep end of the swimming pool of marathons. As you'll recall from 5 minutes ago, I'm not mad. I have, in fact, run consecutive marathons before around the pleasant roads of the United Kingdom. I'm bathing my feet in surgical spirit. This stuff toughens up the feet. You can also pee on your feet. Special forces pee on their feet. I don't know quite how they do it. I've actually tried doing this. I think you have to pee into a jar, then pour it on your feet, because actually getting good attack of pee is quite tricky. But there's an unfortunate problem of rabies. The opening 5-6 days are going to be in a place where if a farm dog comes running out, we're just going to be like idiots. We're going to be running and hiding behind cars. And there's a song that I've been singing, but I'm not, you know. Oh, you want me to sing the song? Oh, you never go to heaven with a rabid dog, because a rabid dog's not wearing clogs. So it's a campfire one for people surrounded by rabies. 8 o'clock and we are leaving Umtata. I'm setting off on the first marathon. The car we're in is just bouncing around like crazy, and I've got to run on this surface. I'm starting my marathons at the village of Mvezo in the Eastern Cape. This is where Nelson Mandela was born. The villagers have no idea what I'm doing here. They think I'm a nutcase from outer space who's trying to pull a car over. They know it's miserable, and they have good umbrellas. I asked the villagers where Nelson Mandela was born. They seemed a little unsure. We're here in Mvezo. Nelson Mandela's dad was the chief here. There was a white magistrate who summoned his dad, and Nelson Mandela's dad was kind of like Nelson Mandela and said, well, no, I'm not going to be summoned. I'll go when I want to go. So the white magistrate had the power to strip him of his position, his farmlands, his cattle, and they had to leave Mvezo and go to Kunu. As in all documentaries, we persuaded these willing locals to give me a good send-off. They were happy to do so. I'm excited to start. My brain is on fire. People are buzzing. Ish. It's Mvezo, the birthplace of Nelson Mandela, and there's a huge goat in the foreground. Now, I'm going to say the old response that they said all through the years of struggle, and everyone's going to respond to me. This is a bit cheeky, me saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. So, Amandla! Thank you. And we're off. I've just set off on my first marathon out of 27. I have to do them in 27 days as a tribute to Nelson Mandela's 27 years in prison. It's raining in Africa, and that is not in the brochure. I'm going to run the 42 kilometers, that's 26.2 miles, from Mvezo to Kunu, where the Mandela family moved to when he was 3 years old.
Mvezo's over there. I've just run about 6 kilometers. I have 36 to go. Onwards.
I didn't realize the road surface was going to be this rocky, so right now I wish I was wearing huge, great, big, spongy soles. But I said I'd do barefoot technique, so I'm just going to have to grin and bear it. Or if not grin and bear it, I'm going to moan and bear it. These are my road parents, road manager Sarah, and of course reintroducing David Thunder. Yes, that's his real name.
The stuff he's having to deal with now, which just kicks it up a gear in terms of...
It's much harder terrain.
Yeah.
It's a lot steeper than anything I've encountered before.
I'm staggering on, pushing through, not quite Olympian. Kids are impressed. No, kids are crying. This is a harsh landscape. There are few crops growing here. It's not surprising that many of the heads of the resistance movement came from here in the Eastern Cape. Under apartheid, it was one of the few areas where black people were allowed to live and own property. That was apartheid. Legalized racism so extreme it was enshrined in their constitution. You know, if people smoke, they tend to say, do you mind if I smoke? Do you mind if I smoke? I do actually. Oh, okay, I'll go outside. There's options. Weird thing about racists is they never go, do you mind if I'm racist? I was just going to be racist. Anyone mind if I'm racist? Oh, you do? Oh, I'll go outside. It's good. Fucking blue people, eh? What the fuck are blue people on about? They come around here, steal our underpants. Fucking blue. I can't stand blue people, you know, they go on in their blue ways and they all say, oh, and they all say, oh, hello. Got those high voices, hello. I'm a blue person. Fucking blue person, I can't stand them. If they do arrive one day, then we'll go, oh shit, the blueies here. Where's everyone going? Is there a party? Oh God, it's so rocky. I'm going over here. Starving.
I'll make it 10K, yeah? Exactly. Beautiful. We've done a quarter of today, and then I can sleep, and then we'll have a big slap up. Can we have a big slap up thing of nuts tonight on the bacon and eggs?
Some dried mango, look at that.
That's what I get to eat?
You can have some more in a bit.
Look at this. I'm going to be very healthy, though, and I'm going to try this, because last time I ate potatoes, oh, one by one, I think, maybe. But it tastes gorgeous. I've worked out what this surface is. This is a mud track from the main road, but what they've come up is they come up with a lot of broken rock, which they've got from anywhere, and they've just dumped it, which makes it better surface for cars, but it's rough on feet. You have to dance around.
The surface is pretty evil. Eddie's shoes are completely caked with mud. But despite that, he's actually running beautifully.
When David says running beautifully, he means like a sack of potatoes with a mission. Oh, you never go to heaven, oh, you never go to heaven with a rabid dog. Cause a rabid dog, cause a rabid dog's not wearing clothes, not wearing clothes. I'm running in Africa, 2 years of planning this thing, and I've got to learn some words to talk to people as they run by, because they'll want to talk to me, surely. I'm running for Nelson Mandela.
You need to learn how to say hello to them.
So how do you say hello?
You can say molo if it's one person, and then if it's two, you can say molweni.
Molweni.
Yes.
Molo.
Molo. But molo, it's better because you can even say to two people, molo.
Okay.
Molo, it should be better for you.
So just say molo.
Molo. And you have to say it like that. You can't say molo. Good morning. Molo. That doesn't work. It's got to be molo. There's a woman here I'll try it with. Molo. Language, very interesting. You can't have the leader of a tribe going, because everyone will go, I don't know what he's talking about. Probably the first line in any language was, I don't know, I have no idea what you're talking about. In Dutch, I have no idea what you're talking about. Because Dutch speak very good English. Suddenly, I'm invaded by kids. It's school checking out time. Wow, it must be time for tea and biscuits. Hold on. Kunjani. 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 I run marathons for Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
He was in prison 27 years. I run 27 marathons.
What was that jelly?
To salute. My hair crazy?
No.
Do I have crazy hair? It's one of the most important things. Do you want to hold this? That kid is just running with no shoes on and no bother at all. And I've got 2 millimeters of coverage on. And it gets me, but it doesn't get him. I'm running up the hill to Mandela's first school with these kids, when suddenly they start doing this call and response thing. It's tribal, it's visceral, and it really got to me. Everybody, hey, everyone, hey! Brilliant thing about doing what I'm doing is that I'm always first. I am a competitive little bastard. I'm always first in my marathons. I need to go through string and do string, because otherwise it just seemed weird just to finish like that. So I've made it to Kunu, my first African marathon. 7 hours, bit crap for a normal marathon, but not bad for the first day. See the sun going down at sunset and the winter in Africa on the first day. And I'm knackered. I'm very knackered. Thank you. How do I say thank you in Xhosa? How do I say thank you? Nkosi. 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 Nkosi very much. That's English on the back of it. I'm going to bed, day 1 I've done my first marathon. I did my back in, met some wonderful kids, up at 7, marathon 2. All right. Good night. It's day 2. This is Kunu Junior Secondary School, Nelson Mandela's school. It was a Methodist school then. He was given the name Nelson here by a white teacher who said, who said that first, and then said, I can't deal with the spelling of Khorli Khlachla. which, funnily enough, means troublemaker.
So in a very white imperialist way, he said, "You're now called Nelson after Nelson, I assume." So I'm going to run from here to Makekaswane. That's where I'm going to run to today. Fuck off!
Today, I'm running from Kunu to the great place in Makekaswane. This is where Nelson Mandela moved to after his father died when he was 9 years old. He travelled down this road with his mother in a cut-down pair of his dad's trousers tied up with string. There, the regent, Jongin Taba, who was Nelson Mandela's uncle, was going to adopt him. He was going to be educated and become an advisor to Jongin Taba's son, Justice. God, it's hot. Where's the van?
You need to drink loads in this. I'll give you some of that and I'll give you some proper water in that.
Meet Shane, the paramedic. That's his delivery van. Those guys are dead.
Oh,
Why?
I'm running for Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
27 years in prison, so I run marathons. 27 marathons.
You left behind your homes and do nothing and just take care.
I know,
That's
it's...
very, very important.
But the surface is still tough. Look how tough that surface is. There's Charlie. Charlie's having a go. Charlie slips. You see? What more proof do you need?
His feet are taking a bit of a pounding because those shoes offer virtually no cushioning. So we just put a very thin insole in just to give him a little bit more protection from the rocks.
With new insoles, nothing's going to stop me now. Or is it?
What's your name?
My name is Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard.
Where did you come from?
I come from London, England.
London. Do you have a wife?
Well, I'm in between relationships, actually, but very good journalistic question.
Okay. But you look so cute. You know, cute.
I am definitely cute.
Yeah, because he's
Someone's got to be cute, and that's got to...
But what are you more than?
Sorry?
You more than cute.
I'm more than cute. Well, thank you very much. You're just a great judge and character.
I like you.
Well, thank you. I will now run like this speed.
No.
Who is this guy?
I can run with you. Because I love you.
I have escaped, and I'm heading towards Makekaswane, where Nelson Mandela spent the formative years of his life. Unfortunately, communication error, they're expecting me 2 hours before I can possibly make it, and the tribe is waiting patiently. So I'm pushing along, making up some time, trying to get the kilometers in, but I am unsettled. I'm unsettled by this deadline. I don't normally have deadlines. I just do what I do, and my back hurts.
I don't think this is an attractive angle. I think that... Oh, cold stuff coming in. This is ice. Ice got on my back. Anyway, that's all for the moment.
I'm never gonna get there. I'm never gonna... Let's take a lot of drugs. If you take a lot of drugs, I'm gonna get back by the Olympic Committee. Suddenly, it's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. But it's only 2 horsemen, and there's no apocalypse. And it's okay, because they're here to find me.
All right, my friend.
All right.
All right.
I'm Eddie.
All right, all right.
Very nice.
Meanwhile, back at the village, the boys have just been through their initiation and circumcision ceremony. They are now considered men by the tribe. Nelson Mandela went through exactly the same ceremony. And at the end of it, he was thrilled with himself, thinking, Now I am a man. He thought they were going to return for the celebration and the chief was going to say, now you've got all the advantages of being a man, so enjoy yourselves. Then the chief told them they weren't men at all. They were boys as far as the white government was concerned, and they would continue to be so until the regime was overturned. Nelson Mandela was absolutely gutted by this. He was angry at having the day spoilt by the chief. Little did the chief know that one day this young man would do exactly that. He would overturn the entire system. Nowadays, things are better. And here the chief hands out money to each boy to set himself up and begin his new life as an adult in a free South Africa. Chief also adds to them, lads, keep the receipts. 2 hours later, I am finally at the great place, still with the horsemen of the apocalypse. I come into a great reception, though I find out later that the ceremonial sheep has already been killed and carried and eaten. But it doesn't matter because the reception is great and I am being blanketed to death. Chief Zanamateto Mitirara is a bit like a movie star.
Reception. Thank you very much for setting this up. This is beautiful.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm tired.
It's my counselors.
Molo, Kunjani. I don't.
Tired.
Utiliwe. Tired? Utiliwe. Utiliwe.
It's not huge here, but it must have been so impressive to a 9-year-old Nelson Mandela, just having walked down from the hills. When he was young, he would spy on the council meetings of the elders. A curious thing for a young kid to do.
This is exactly the spot where Mandela used to hide and listen to Jongintaba and the rest of the community. Because he was a boy, he wasn't allowed to partake in the meetings because we only allow circumcised men to come and partake in the meeting. So he was very much inquisitive, so he would hide himself here and listen. The chief doesn't have much to say. Only at the end of a conversation, you would see a chief then passing over the judgment. It's done even today in that manner. That's where we believe Madiba first saw democracy being practiced.
Right now, I'm part of something that has been going on for centuries. It's amazing to think that Nelson Mandela sat right here. This is where he became a man. This is where he first saw democracy in action.
What flavor? What is it?
Tosa beer.
Oh, let's go for it.
The beer is great, but my back is now freezing cold. I've got to get back to the hotel and rest before tomorrow's run.
What the hell am I doing? I seem to be running, and hey, it's going well. And I'm thinking, wow, this is it. This is how it clicks in, and then it clicks out. Some of the surfaces are perfect, and some are not perfect. Some are really rocky, and you're going 1, 2, 3, ow, 1, 2, 3, oh.
I was having a great sleep, and then somebody woke me up and said I gotta run another bloody marathon.
There's still a chunk of change to do. There's still really nasty rocks to run on. Oh shit, I gotta start in 4 minutes.
I'm leaving Mekekazweni, and now I'm Johannesburg bound. I'm gonna pass through Healdtown, where the chief sent his son, Justice, and his nephew, Mandela, to get a rather elite Western education. This will prepare him for his role as advisor to the chief. Look at this picture. This could almost be a British public school, but with all black faces. He was getting that Western education, the public school education, and he could have been one of the black elite collaborating with the white government. Most black people had no access to proper education. To quote J.N. LaRue, a National Party politician in 1945, "We should not give the natives education. If we do, who is going to do the manual labor?" So Mandela took the Western education and then he used it against the government to teach his people how to be free. All right, pay attention, class. In case you're just looking at this and thinking, what am I watching? I am running 27 marathons as a tribute to Nelson Mandela, who was in prison 27 years. Okay, got it? Very good. So, onward, Christian soldiers and all that kind of stuff. I should mention earlier that I noticed my pee was going a funny color. So I'm just going to go and check that out. It's reddish. David Thunder.
It's Izzard.
As pea connoisseur. It's a reddish.
It's got a slight... Yeah, thank you.
I'll leave that with you.
It's got a slight reddish tinge, but I wouldn't be worried about that. That's just a little bit concentrated. I can't see any blood in that.
Okay. It was alarmingly red, so I'm going to relax on that. You can keep that forever.
Thank you. It hasn't got me.
All right, I'm off.
It seems it's quite normal for runners. Funny thing is, it didn't happen at all last time. Nelson Mandela dropped out of college, like every rebel should do, including me. The chief was furious about this and immediately changed his name to Chief Furiosity. He decided he was going to make those boys settle down, one way or another. When Nelson Mandela got back to Makekaswane, he found out the chief had arranged marriages for himself and his cousin Justice, which was a nightmare scenario, and they didn't even fancy the women. The women probably didn't fancy them either.
Molo.
But anyway, Justice and Nelson thought, act quickly. What should you do? When the chips are down, you steal a cow. That's the trick. So they stole a cow and they sold it for magic beans. Now a bag of cash. But they made enough money to run away to the big city, Johannesburg.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello. Is it Zim?
Yes, my name is Zim. And this is the train station where they try to catch the train to Johannesburg.
The idea of selling a cow, even though it's stealing and that you shouldn't steal, but it shows ambition and drive and the thing that took him all the way through his life. Did other people steal cows and sell them for train tickets?
No, it was not the usual thing, but for them, they were in trouble because they were running away from arranged marriages. So they stole the cow from the regent.
Both had big plans for getting to Johannesburg.
Yes, of course. It's going to be cool. They're going to be independent and they're going to own money.
I am going to run off in the direction of Johannesburg.
Good luck, eh?
Keep going. Oof.
He's really crazy, this guy.
Nelson made it to Johannesburg. Unfortunately, the chief put out an APB on him and he got well and truly caught, but he wasn't going home for anyone. Instead, by a strange chance, he met a black estate agent, extremely rare in the South Africa of those times. He was older than Mandela and had set himself up in the years before the apartheid system became enshrined in law in the late 40s and early 50s. This was Walter Sisulu. Nelson loved the idea that he was a black man who ran his own business. Walter Sisulu looked at Nelson and thought, we need a charismatic young man to run the ANC, the African National Congress, which was an old organization for black people to say to white people, screw you, mate, we live here. We always did. Sisulu arranged for him to get a job as a clerk in a law firm. He thought it was a good idea, and so did Nelson. And eventually, Nelson qualified as a lawyer. He even set up a law firm with 2 black lawyers, himself and his old school friend Oliver Tambo, unheard of in the whole of South Africa. And soon people were queuing up around the block for their advice.
Now I need to do a poo.
Oh no. Dogs. Rabid dogs. Do you have rabies, Mr. Dog, sir?
Dog garden it is. Back in a minute.
Oh, you're never going to heaven with a rabid dog, because of rabid dogs not wearing clogs.
My gran had an outdoor loo like that.
I'm trying to put a brave face on it, but God, it's starting to hurt like hell. There's something weird going on. Ah! Bugger. Shane, the paramedic, is going to give me his opinion.
Okay, I'm gonna test Eddie's urine. As you can see, it's a little bit reddish. Looks like there's blood in it. If there is blood, I'm gonna call the day off. It looks alright. With all the supplements he's taking in, the body only consumes that much. The rest he excretes it. So I think mostly that's just the problem that's happening at the moment.
No other sign of infection? There's no pain around his flanks, there's no pain on urination?
No, nothing.
So yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it.
Bye-bye.
Ah! No matter what the tests say, I still feel like shit. But it's a third marathon. This is standard. It's just rough.
Just around the middle of his back, kind of around the apex of that curve. He's just got a little bit of muscle spasm.
Which is moving around.
Best roll on your side.
What? Okay, done?
Done.
Still got half the fucking marathon to do. See, they can all run, I just can't. It's early evening. Farm workers are heading home. But I'm still a long way from the end. I've got a stabbing pain in my back.
Olo.
I feel total exhaustion, and I can't work out why. By 1960, Mandela was rising in the ANC, which, inspired by Gandhi, was against violence. Before I set off, I visited Sharpeville, the scene of the event that was to change things forever. It started as a national day of protest by black people against the hated passbooks they were made to carry by the white government. These restricted their every move. I met Thabo Matong, a survivor.
That Dom Pass was a black man's enemy.
You could be asked at any time to produce your Dom Pass and risked imprisonment for not carrying it. On that day in Sharpeville, thousands of people turned up without their passbooks at the police station and offered themselves for arrest. Everyone said, come that day, 21st of March, 1960.
Nobody must go to work. We are going to the police station.
And did everyone come?
Pardon?
Did a lot of people come?
Ooh. There was nobody in the township. People were here in the police station.
So you were peaceable? You didn't have weapons at all?
No one had a weapon. We were singing, everybody was happy.
What were you singing? What were the songs that you sang?
Sinzenina.
Can you sing any of that?
Yeah. We were singing, Sinzenina, Sinzenina, Sinzenina. Then we said, Israelite, Africa, Israelite. Now they were angry when we said, Israelite, our Africa is our place. Africa for Africans.
And what happened then?
By 2:20, that's when they start shooting the people here. There was children here, pregnant women who were shot, stone dead. We never thought that the police will shoot because they all looked so happy. They looked so happy. I was shot near the spinal cord.
69 people were shot and killed running away from the police. At least 180 more were injured, including Thabo. This was the catalyst that forced Nelson Mandela to take up armed resistance. Because if you've got a government that just shoots you in the back when you are protesting peacefully, what are you going to do? Back on the road, night has fallen, and I've become a miner. There's no way I'm going to quit. Despite Rick's dire warnings about the security risks of running here after dark, I've still got 8K to go. And I've asked them to blow the vuvuzela every half a K just so I can eke out my energy.
This is what, 120K?
7K. Feels like 100.
Temperatures dropped massively. It's freezing. Last 5K!
Shit. Why is it so hard this time? I don't remember feeling this bad before.
Oh, for fuck's sake, not another hill. 3.5K to go. Okay. Molo.
Hey, what?
I am supposed to be running for Madiba, but I'm not running. I am staggering. This is the staggering part of the run walk. Stagger. Oh, fuck. Can I have a downhill, please? That was the roughest marathon I think I've ever done.
Some genuine medical worries at the moment. His body was shutting down on him today.
It was just hell, really.
He was very stiff, he wasn't running smoothly.
Hopefully this is going to get better at some point.
His kidneys were having problems as well. He was having difficulty passing water at various points.
But that was bloody awful. No, whole body's just limping. I keep thinking, I know why I'm doing this, but can I do this? I don't know.
So the $64 billion question is, what the hell is going wrong with my body?
Still red.
You're gonna go to casualty.
I am thinking, fuck.
Do I get banged up on Robben Island and learn comedy in Morse? Do I throw myself off Table Mountain in a fit of pique?
I don't want to give up.
And finally, does my squeaky leg get to meet Mr. de Klerk?
I think I can do business with this man.
Tune in next time, folks, to see I'm a weird celebrity and I'm running a bunch of marathons for Nelson Mandela and I might die. Do not watch this documentary if you're under the influence of drugs, if your brother lives in Kent, if you are driving heavy machinery, if your buttocks have just dropped out of your trousers, if your friends live around the corner and come around and go, wow, 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 every Tuesday and Thursdays. Do not watch this documentary if you have massive eyes like the size of an owl. Don't watch it because you'll get weird signals coming through your brain.